Okay, I heard one vibration. Marky Mark style. Feel the vibration. Okay, hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This video, we're just going to show a few ways to push walls around and brace them. Not one of these is the world's best way. You should just know as many ways as possible. Remember, only Siths deal in absolutes. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi quote. So, this wall here, this back wall has to go that way. We've already put a string line down. So the brace that you just saw go in, you want the top in the direction that the wall needs to go. That way when we fasten it, it has to work against that. That's 1/2 of an X brace. We don't need an X brace because this isn't seismic. So top of the brace pointing the direction that the wall needs to go. So here's method number 1. We're going to spring the wall. This is why it's important as you frame to stitch everything up at corners, because we're going to push against the corner. So just a scrap block. So I've got a 16-foot 2x4 that I'm going to just wedge right into the corner. And by pushing this down, it moves where it's at the top. Now, when I go up, I'm going back to straight. That pushes the wall that way. So I'm bowing down, pushing. I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe you can really see it moving. So now I'm going to check it because I've got tension that way. That is right on the money. My goal is to always go a little past, because when I fasten these, it's going to relax just a little bit. All right. I can dig it. All right, I probably don't need to. Okay, so be careful when you pop these. You can see there's quite a bit of tension on this. So by taking the 16-footer, pushing it down, it lowers where it's at there. When I raise it, it goes back from a bow back to straight, which pushes the wall. But there's a lot of tension on this. Okay, so that one works. That was method numeral uno. Here's the trick. Okay, so here is the second method. We call these spring braces. The first one pushed. This time we're going to connect at the top and we're going to spring that way. So I'm screwed down into meat like a joist or a beam through the subfloor. 2 or 3. I put 3 screws up top. I want a good connection because we're going to put a lot of tension on this. Now the principle here is that this guy is essentially straight. It's a straight line. For the top to go that way, we need to shorten this. Conversely, well, maybe I'll show that in another video. Just find any piece of scrap. I aim for my shoulder because my shoulder is the 4th strongest part of my upper body. Anyway, so I'm going to just put this in here. Sometimes you might want to put your foot behind it so it doesn't slip out. See how that wants to slip? So it's all about the angle. It's also all about the base. So I got to come in like a heavy eighth. So you can see how by putting the angle in the brace, now I'm going to keep tension on it with my knee. This is another reason why I like using screws. I'm not jarring things around. I don't want the brace to come back at me and undo what we just did. Okay. Now, when you go to take these things apart, man, I remember. It was my first summer working. I finally had my driver's license. My job was to take all the braces down. Here was the cardinal sin. This is what you'd never want to do. You don't want to pop this out, because now you could potentially pressure the wall right back out. You know, you're going to relieve all that pressure. These don't come down, by the way, until when? Until the roof is sheathed. Yeah, I wasn't asking you, Noah. So don't take that down first. Watch what happens when I take these off. I mean, that's quite a bit of attention. It's going to want to spring right back. Look at that screw. See that? 3 points of contact at all times on the ladder? You know, technically, we should have had a bar across that this whole time. I could have pitched right off. Okay, so here is number 3. Remember, this is the direction we want to go, so the top has to be that direction. And also, I think I said it before, we do not want the brace above the top of the wall. Inevitably, somebody would trip on it. There's a joist or something, a beam that needs to go there. Okay, so here's number 3, and it involves one of my favorite tools, the Dude Tools. It's like a Burke bar. Burke bar works really well too. So something that I'll do if I'm working alone is I'll kind of pre-stage things. That way it's ready once I pry it. Often this is a 2-person job. In fact, let's make it a 2-person job. Kyle, get in here. This is actually probably one of my easiest ways, because now we're using the principle of leverage. Here's how we're going to do it. Same block, same brace as before. I'm just going to fit this in, and I'm just going to pry this back, and I'm going to shoot past right there. And then the middle one, because we don't want the brace to move. Okay. And this is are we up to method number 4? Yeah. And this is method number 4, and probably my favorite. Yeah, it might work. I'm gonna buzz like 6 inches off. Because sometimes the floor can be slippery and it wants to flop back. I think this guy is a little too long. I like to get my shoulder under it. For one person. Yeah, it's still not where I want it to be. Want to do it again? Yeah. I could throw it up to you if you want.